Oh no. Oh no. They tried to get me. They've been trying to get me, but I didn't let them get me. Let's go.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Today is Thursday. That's right, today is Thursday, and I cannot find you on my phone over here. Will not pull it up. Today is Thursday. Let's just start with that. Today is Thursday, September 5th, 2019. That's right, Thursday, September 5th, 2019. And what's crazy is that today is the very first and very last time it'll ever be Thursday, September 5th, 2019. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. Fair enough? Let's make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Dude, I got to share with you a story. You see, right now I'm in studio, but I'm actually coming to you from my laptop, not from my desktop, because yesterday I had this incredible, man, and that light is killing me. Hold on. Yesterday, we had this awesome, amazing, incredible IT guy come by here because we've been having all kinds of issues with our internet. And so the IT guy came by and he's been working on a bunch of stuff, including he worked on the computer, on my computer here. And I'm sorry, so distracted. Crazy. So he worked on my computer. That just made it worse. He worked on my computer, and I got in here this morning to do my show like I always do and use my Wirecast software, and my Wirecast software won't load up. It just won't boot up. It keeps giving me an error, so on and so forth. And so I had to rebuild everything, or try to rebuild everything here on my laptop. And so I apologize. I'm a couple minutes late this morning. What's crazy is last night, and that thing is blinding back there. Hi. Last night, yesterday, all day yesterday, we moved. We moved into our new home, which Pam Biddle brought us some cookies because she's amazing. So yesterday, we spent the day moving all day from our current place just a couple miles down to the road to this new, much bigger place, exciting place with all kinds of land. And yesterday, my wife boss moded it, put everything together, killed it, kind of crushed it while I've been working, so on and so forth. But last night, when we kind of got settled in, my wife went to bed, and one thing she asked me, she said, Glenn, will you please, because she knew I was going to have to work and stuff today, she said, will you please make sure I have some type of television setup? Just something set up, because we don't have internet at the house yet. We don't have that. We don't have cable at the house or anything like that. She's like, I just need some type of setup to where they can watch a disc, they can watch a movie. Will you please do that for me? And so I was like, yes, of course. So I went to the house at 10 o'clock last night, to my old house, and I went and pulled the 65-inch TV off of the wall, the curved TV that was mounted on the wall. I pulled that sucker, and then I went and got the other TV that was in our room that's just on brackets, and I went ahead and grabbed that sucker, and I brought them both over to the house, and I started working, right? I started trying to figure out how, if I get this TV mounted, if I can get it up on the screen there, that'd be great, because then the kids will still be in the living room. She can keep an eye on them in this big old house, and so I'm trying to, I'm carrying the TV around, and there's like smudge marks all over the TV from it leaning up against my head, and from my head like sweating on it because I'm trying to carry this thing and I'm trying not to break it, and I'm trying to make sure that, I can get it up and I can serve my wife the way that she needs. And so I'm doing that, and finally I get the thing up and I try to hook it up, and the HDMI cable that was already in the wall doesn't work. That one doesn't work. So then I'm like, hold on, and then I can't get the screw. When I was trying to put it on the mountain bracket, I couldn't get the screw to hook into the thing. Dude, it's the silliest thing. This mounting bracket, the screw that's with it, it's like one thread. Like literally one thread is like all that catches, and I can't get it to tighten, and it pops loose. And so I couldn't get a bracket on it forever. I couldn't get it on the wall. And then I went downstairs because we have a movie theater. So I went downstairs to the movie theater, and I'm like, hey, check it out. I'm just going to hook things up. I got the projector. So I'll just hook an Xbox up to a projector, and then she can put a disc in the Xbox, and they can do the thing, and they can watch the shows, and they can be in the movie theater at the new house, and everybody will be happy. I'm like, I'll just do that. And so I hooked the Xbox up, and I run the cords, and everything's going to the projector, and I get it started, and I see the Xbox. I'm like, yes! Xbox pops up on the screen. Boom! I'm like, that's what's up. So then that pops up, and then the movie starts playing, and I got no sound. No sound at all. I'm like, man! So I was trying to figure out how I could get the sound. I couldn't get the sound. I spent hours on this last night. And then finally, I was getting ready to go to bed, my normal time, 11:30, right? I'm not sure what you guys are saying there, Eric and Jeff Baker. So I was getting ready to go to bed at 11:30, which is my normal time, and I saw a screw sitting on the desk. I was like, uh-oh, that screw might work. And so I go back out, I use the screw, I get the mount, I get the TV up on the wall. TV's on the wall. Finally, had to climb up some chairs. I had to do all kinds of stuff, balancing act. I got the TV up on the wall, which was incredible. I got the thing hooked up to the Xbox, so on and so forth. Xbox is there. Went to play a movie. Made sure I had sound. I got the sound bar hooked up. And at 1:30, right around 1:30, 1:45 last night, I was able to kind of wrap up. We had TV. My wife had TV for the kids today, right? And so it took me a while to kind of wind down. I had to figure out where I was going to sleep because there's kind of people just all over the house, or there's stuff all over the house, and the kids are all in my bed, of course. They were all in the bed. They were all asleep with, asleep with my wife, of course, because it's a new house. They don't want to sleep in their rooms. They're a little scared. So I went to bed around 2:30 this morning. The reason that I share this with you is as I was hanging that TV, I went and checked on Joel. And Joel was upstairs in his room, and he was tidying up everything. He was putting away his clothes. He was cleaning up all his different stuff. This dude's 7 years old. And so when I went and checked on him, I opened the door. I said, "What are you doing, buddy?" And he said, "Dad, I just want to help Mom." He said, "I just want to help Mom. We've been doing all this moving. She's been doing a lot of the work. So I'm just trying to help Mom. I'm just trying to organize all my clothes and my drawers. I'm just trying to help out in any way that I can." While I was downstairs and I was working on the TV and doing the thing and trying to figure out the thread, get the thing mounted on the wall and all that chaos. While that was happening, I heard a ruckus over around the hall. So I went around the hall and I popped open the door, and there was Savannah. This was at 12:30. And Savannah was moving stuff around in her room. She was hanging up her clothes. I said, "Savannah, what are you doing?" She said, "Dad, I just want to help Mama." She said, I just want to help Mom. Mom's been doing so much as far as the move, and I just want to help her out. And so I'm doing everything I can in my room so she doesn't have to. And I know it's late. She said, I know it's late, but I hope it's okay that I can continue to work on my room. This is my 7-year-old and my 9-year-old. They're in a new house. They were all jacked up. It's after midnight. And here they were in their rooms, folding their clothes, organizing their stuff. Savannah said it took her half an hour to move a dresser because she had to like wonky it. You know how you have to kind of wobble it? You kind of wonky the dresser. She said she had to wonky it. It took her 30 minutes to move a dresser by herself. But both of them said the same thing. They both said that they did it for their mama. They didn't do it for themselves. They definitely didn't do it for dad. They did it for their mom. And I thought, man, that's pretty powerful stuff. That's pretty powerful stuff. And you guys know me. I'm a student, man, and success always leaves clues. So I was thinking about it this morning as I was writing down my gratitude and goals. I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, man, what compelled that? Like, what can we learn from that? What can we learn from the fact that I was willing to stay up as long as it took to make sure my wife had her one simple request, seemingly simple request? I would have stayed up all night, whatever it took to give my wife that one thing that she needed. What is it? What is my wife doing right that she has her 7-year-old and her 9-year-old that were wanting to serve her, that were wanting to please her, that were wanting to do something for her in the midst of all of this? Success leaves clues, my friends. So today we're going to dive into that just a little bit. But before we do, you know what we got to do. This is the part of the show. That's right. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. And sometimes all we have to do to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you, and you're going to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. I go back through. I like to find the comments. I like to see who all watched the show later in the day. So if you're watching on replay, make sure you say what's up to me. I definitely appreciate it. And make sure you hit that share button. Good morning, John Caltonborn. What's up, Janelle Griego? We've got Brian Edlin in the house. Archie K's up in here and Jeremy Noling. How are you, Megan DiMartino and Scott Holbert? What's up, Eric Willeroy? Jeremy George is up in the house, and Vicky Everett. Of course, we've got my man Josh. Oh, we've got Jesse Miller in the house, which Jesse Miller's getting ready to go on a 10-day meditation retreat. That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh, 10 days of meditation. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Cece. How you doing, Terry Collins and Terrell Lake? We've got Emily Goffler's up in here, Brad Smith, and of course my girl Beth Workman is up in here. It's amazing. Josh O says those new TVs are complicated. Need to plug the Fignor into the Giznet and make sure you don't touch the trapezoid. True that, my man. What's up, Raymond Culp and Roberta Rose Haycraft, Rick Tamburino and Douglas Chitrin, my man Scott Simons, love you more, bro. What's up, Melvin Rodriguez? Everybody's up in here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Listen, my friends, Jesse, I Can Spark, man. What's up, Kim Wilson? What's up, Greg Walker up in the house? Love it, man. Love it, love it, love it. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. Check it out. Quantum Brother. Love it. All right. Sorry. It's a little crazy here this morning since my computer software won't work and I'm running on about an hour and 50 minutes of sleep. It's all right, though. It's all right. Check it out. Where am I at? There we go. Check it out. We are 85 days. That's right. We are 85 days away from launching what is the next, an evolution for hashtag Rise and Grind. Really, it truly is. It's an evolution for hashtag Rise and Grind. It's an evolution that is going to impact. It's going to make a massive impact on the planet. I guarantee it. And I can't really tell you what it is yet. That's the craziest part. I can't tell you for 85 more days, but I can tell you that it involves you. It involves you, which you're going to just absolutely stinking love it. and it's going to make an impact on this planet, a big one. So that's 85 days away. Now, I have been asking you this week, I've had a request from you because there's a couple things that I need you to do in order for this launch to go properly. And one of the things that I need you to do is I need you to make sure you invite all of your friends to join the hashtag Rise and Grind group, if you would, please. Now, a lot of you have been doing this the last couple of days. I've had some of my Rise and Grind moderators reaching out like, dude, we're getting all kinds of requests and all kinds of invites, which is incredible. So I appreciate you. Those of you that have done the task, that have gone in and you're inviting all of your friends, I truly do appreciate you. Now, with that said, as we get a lot of new people in here, sometimes there may or may not be some content that gets dropped into the group that wouldn't normally be in the group. And that's okay, as long as it's not like crazy, nasty, sicko stuff. That's cool, man. It gets diverse. It gets a little bit learned. People are learning. But if you do see anything inappropriate, you do see anything in the group that just doesn't belong, just make sure to let me know, like somebody did last night, and I'll go in and delete those posts and let those people know that we don't do the sick, nasty stuff here in hashtag Rise and Grind, right? Fair enough? So continue to invite your people. Also, another thing that I need you to do is continue to share your stories. Share your stories in your feed, whether it's video, whether it's text, or messaging to me. Any success stories that you've had with hashtag Rise and Grind, I need to know about it. It's super important for our launch in 85 days that you share your stories with me, please. Now, of course, we also have some giveaways that are going to be coming up, so I need you to stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned. You're watching every episode. Make sure you're staying on the page. Make sure you can get the notifications, right? I think Terry and them were just talking about that. If you tap on my face, it'll pop up and it'll say, do you want to get notifications when Glenn goes live, whatever, so on and so forth. Make sure that you go in and you do that stuff so you don't miss anything going forward. And I think there's one other thing that I asked you to do. What was it? So I asked you to invite all of your friends in the group, to share your stories, to stay tuned. And there's one more thing. Oh my gosh, I can't think this morning. I'm a little bit all over the place. Whatever that fourth thing was, you guys probably already know. But we're 85 days away. Keep up the great work. I truly appreciate all that you guys are doing to help me put that together. Also, we are now 12 days away from the first ever 800% Club workshop. That's right. The 800% Club workshop is going to be a workshop for auto dealers that I'm having right here in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm super excited about this. I've never done anything like this before. It's going to be incredible. Before, I've always gone in store. I've always gone training from stages, but this is one-on-one intimate stuff to help dealers really move the needle in 2020 and going forward. So if you haven't signed up for your workshop yet, or if you have signed up for the workshop, but you haven't paid me yet, let's go ahead and get that on so that I can get everything prepared. And I'll see you in 12 days for that absolutely incredible workshop. Check out this video real quick.
A.D. Williams once said, imagine what 7 billion humans could accomplish if we loved and respected one another. Just imagine. Imagine if there was no greed. Imagine if there was no comparison. If everyone was running their own race, but cheering for all others at the same time. Maybe we'll never see that in our lifetime. But what we all can do is start with ourselves. Start with yourself. Choose to lift others up. Choose to set the example of kindness and integrity, the example of compassion and understanding. There's a quote that says, no matter how educated, talented, rich, or cool you believe you are, how you treat people ultimately tells all. Integrity is everything. It really is. Who you are is far more important than what you have, and it will always be. Who you are is measured by how you make others feel. Be kind to each other. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Choose to be the change you wish to see in the world. Decide you will not wait for someone else. You will set the example. Be kind. Because you never know how much that person is suffering inside. You never know the difference your words can make, the difference your presence can make, the difference you can make to one human life. Be the reason someone believes in the goodness of humanity. Be the reason someone else decides to make a difference in others. Be the influence you want to see more of. Always do what is right, not what is easy in the moment. Kindness spreads like a virus. When you do good to another, that person does better to those they come in contact with. You really can make a big difference in the world today and every other day. Anne Frank said, in the long run, the sharpest weapon of all is a kind and gentle spirit. No one has ever made themselves great by showing how small another is. Be kind and always build others up to the best of your ability. Treat everyone with the same level of kindness that you would like for yourself. Not because everyone is nice, but because you are. Because karma makes no mistakes. Because it is right. Because you have integrity. Because you want this world to be better when you leave than when you arrive.
What I'm going to share with you this morning is the 9 things, the 9 success tips, the 9 clues that my wife has left behind for us. My amazing wife, who we just had our 8-year anniversary yesterday. My wife, who I was willing to do absolutely anything for, that my kids are willing to do absolutely anything for. And I wanted to share with you the 9 success tips, the 9 things, the 9 reasons that we will move mountains for her that you can apply in your life if you want to get people to move mountains for you. Whether it be in your careers, whether it be in your personal lives and in your relationships, whatever it is, these 9 things, if you can apply them in your life, people will move mountains for you too. They will sacrifice sleep. They will sacrifice their bodies. They will do absolutely everything for you. Wouldn't that be nice? So I'm going to share those 2, and we're just going to run through them real quick. I'm going to give you the 9 because obviously time and things have been a little bit crazy this morning. I choose joy, as Danelle says, right? So I'm going to share with you these 9 things. By the way, thanks, JoJo, because I had no idea that we had no sound as I was speaking there for, I don't know, multiple minutes. Check it out. Well, first thing about my wife, number 1, like my wife has been in the streets. Okay, my wife has been in the streets. She has done everything and absolutely whatever, sacrificed everything for us. Everything. Like my wife walked to the bus station, worked while she was 8 months pregnant, double shifts, going back and forth from the bus station, lined up in the lines for the WIC, lined up in the lines for the low-income housing, did whatever it took. She sacrificed everything for us. You want people to move for you? Let them know that you'll do whatever it takes for them. The second thing about my wife is my wife has nurtured every single one of us at some point. I don't get sick often, but when I get sick, boy, it knocks me down. It knocks me down, man, when I get sick. And my wife, she'll put me in the bed. She'll bring me some soup. She'll make sure I got a remote control. She knows that I'm a baby about it, but she'll nurture me all the way through it. Each one of the kids have been nurtured all the way through sicknesses, broken bones, injuries, fear, whatever it is. You want people to move for you? Make sure that you nurture those relationships. Nurture them, especially when they're down, when they need you most. We tend to sometimes kind of run away, right? We run away from the negative per se. We run away from the problems, right? Because it can get heavy. I want to tell you though, you want people to do absolutely anything and everything for you. Be the person that nurtures those relationships. The third thing that my wife does is my wife has always allowed every single one of us to be independent. She's allowed us to be creative with our thoughts, creative with our strategies. She's allowed me to be creative with my career. She's allowed me to be creative with hashtag rise and grind. She allows each of the kids to be creative in their own ways, to be able to explore soccer and football and dance and hip hop and piano and voice lessons and whatever they like to do, inventing or painting or using the colored pencils along the walls. My wife has always found a way to allow each of us to be independent. She has her own thoughts. She has her own views. She has her own opinions. However, she does not go out of her way to impress those upon us. Instead, she lets us all develop as independent human beings underneath the same household. If you want people to follow you, if you want people to move for you, allow them to have independent thoughts. Not everyone has to believe what you believe in order for you to align with them. The fourth thing that my wife does that you can apply in your life, in your career, this success leaves clues. The fourth reason that me and my kids will do absolutely anything. We will move mountains. We will lose sleep. We will sacrifice bodies, mind, body, and soul for my wife. The fourth reason is that my wife has always made us a priority. Even when we didn't make her one, even in the early stages of my relationship with her, which wasn't strong in the beginning, my wife always made me a priority. She's always made each of our children a priority. Somehow she manages to balance these. There's 7 of us that she's got to make us feel like a priority. And somehow she does it. She takes the time to look us in the eye, to spend that time with us, to be square with us, to make sure that she's developing those connections. She makes us each feel like number one. She makes us each feel like we're her favorite. If you want to move people, you want to move people in your career, you want people to move for you, you want people to respond with you, to help elevate you to another level, you want your relationships to be stronger, then make those people a priority in your life. Put them first above everything. The fifth thing that my wife does is my wife is absolutely relentless. She is relentless about our goals, our family goals, where she wants us to go. She's absolutely 100% relentless about it. My wife's like, we need a house, we need a house, we need a house, we need a house, we need a house. I'm like, honey, we can't buy a house, we can't do this. So when so many reasons we can't buy a house, I just became self-employed. We can't get a loan, we can't do this. My wife's like, we need a house, we need a house, we need a house, we need a house. Well, guess what? We got a house. We're moving into it now. She's relentless about her goals for our family, the goals that she has as far as how we're going to raise our kids and how our kids are going to interact with each other. My kids haven't been on the internet yet. They watch Netflix, but that's it. That's it. They haven't been on the internet. That's not me. That's my wife. She's like, nope. Here's the goal. I want my kids to play outside. Here's the goal. I want my kids to interact with each other. Here's the goal. I want my kids to know and understand how to live outside in the world, not inside on a computer screen. She's relentless about her goals. If you want people to move for you, to do anything for you, to lose sleep, to stay up all night, to take a bullet for you, have huge goals for them. Have huge ways for them to win, not just for you. My wife doesn't have very many individual goals for herself. All of her goals involve our kids and involve our family. The sixth thing about my wife, reason that we would do absolutely anything for her, is that my wife is just a big, big, big dreamer. She really is. She's a big dreamer. You won't see her in the cameras. You won't see her up close. She's very introverted. She's not so much outroverted, but you know what? She's a big dreamer. Her and I will sit there in bed and we'll just dream. We'll dream about the things that we can do with Grow Your Business for God's sake. We'll dream about the things that we can do with hashtag Rise and Grind. We'll dream about the places that the kids can go. We'll dream about the places that we'll travel one day. We dream about a life one day where we actually get to spend a little bit of time together without any kids, right? It's a big dream for a big family like ourselves. But she's a big dreamer, and I'm here to tell you, if you want people to do anything for you, to move for you, to lose sleep for you, to take bullets for you, make sure that you be a big dreamer. You got to plant big visions, man. You got to be a big dreamer. You got to share big visions. Nobody wants to follow. Nobody wants to move. Nobody wants to work their butt off. Nobody wants to serve somebody with small dreams. Nobody wants that. You got to be a big, 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 big dreamer, man. It's so inspiring. I hope you're dreaming big. The number 7, the reason that we will do absolutely anything for my wife is she's the most consistent and reliable person you'll ever meet in your life. My wife will never, ever, ever let you down. She will never, ever, ever show up late. Ever. My wife is you know exactly what you're going to get from my wife every single time. She's the most consistent and reliable person you'll ever meet in your life. If you want to be successful in your life and create a place where people will move mountains for you, I suggest that you get consistent and reliable. This up and down roller coaster where sometimes you're on and sometimes you're off, that stuff don't work, man. It's not good for the relationships. It's not good for your career. You got to be consistent and reliable every single day. People need to know what they're going to get from you. They got to know that they're going to get 110% from you. They got to know that you're going to show up. They got to know that you're going to be there. And if you're that type of person, then they'll become that type of person for you. Dude, fire this morning. No wonder so many things got in the way of trying to get this message out. I get it now. This is strong, powerful stuff that I learned from my wife, Leslie Ann Lundy. She's an incredible human being, man. We can all learn so much from her. No wonder I was having such a hard time getting this message out. And thank you for sticking with me. I know we're running late, but this is some powerful stuff. Number 8, reason that we will do absolutely anything for my wife, the reason I stayed up all late last night, the reason my kids were in there folding their clothes and their dressers and moving everything around and trying to do everything they could to help their mama. Reason number 8 is because my wife loves God. She loves God, man, with a passion. She loves God with fire. She loves God relentlessly. That's why she homeschools my kids, man. That's part of the reason she homeschools my kids, because they won't teach kids about God in school. And so my wife homeschools the kids. It's part of her curriculum. My wife loves God so big. She serves God so big. She treats us all the way that she believes people are supposed to be treated, which is what she learned with her relationship, her spiritual relationship with God. That's how she treats others. And man, I got to tell you, there's something about having a God-fearing, God-loving woman that'll just it'll get you fired up more than you could ever believe, man. My wife truly, truly is passionate passionate and loves God. I highly suggest for you, you want to move forward in life. You want people to go and do anything for you. You want people to stay up, lose sleep, take a bullet for you. Show them that you understand that you are a spiritual being, a child of God, uniquely made by the God of the universe, right? Show them that you know that. Wear that on your sleeve and watch what happens in your life. The ninth and last thing. My wife will dive in, bandage up, kill, block, remove, protect, whatever for any of us. She will do it for any of us. I've seen her do it 100 times. A kid's choking on something. She jumps up, takes her finger, boop, digs down into the throat, pulls out whatever it is, throws it against the wall, pow, sits back down and eats a bite of her steak. There'll be a big old spider, man. I can't stand these spiders. There'll be a spider the size of a fist. My wife will see that thing. It'll be near me or one of the kids. She'll jump up, swoop that thing up in her hand. She'll float out the back door. She'll drop it over in a bush. She'll come back in and go right back to changing a diaper. My wife, when she goes into Mama Bear, dude, I'm telling you, it's insane what this woman will do. She does not care. She does not hesitate. There is zero fear when it comes to protecting her family, protecting her little brood, whatever you want to call us. My wife will do absolutely anything, man. Doesn't matter. She's got to jump in. One time I saw her jump into the pool over at my sister's house, fully clothed, pow. Kid wasn't even it was just reaction. Mama, pow. My wife will do absolutely anything to protect Every single one of us. My last success clue that I want to leave with you today, you want to create strong relationships. You want to have people in your life or in your business or in your career that are going to help you get to that next level. Show them. Show them that you will protect them no matter what. Have their back no matter what. My wife and I don't always agree, but I guarantee you we agree in front of other people. I guarantee you that. She's got my back. She's my ride or die. In front of others, yep, that's my dog. Yep, that's my dude. Behind the scenes, she might be like, dude, you're an idiot. Whatever. But she's my ride or die. She's got my back. She's got my kids' back. And when people know that you've got their back, that you're going to protect them at all costs, no matter what, they'll do anything for you, man. They will. They'll do absolutely anything for you. Thanks for sticking with me through what was a really, really, really crazy episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind that ended up being fantastic and phenomenal. So if about halfway through you're like, Glenn's jacked up, I'm not sharing this thing, but now you made it to the end, press that share button, man. Press that share button. Maybe I'll have Brandon trim it up. It'll be even better on the YouTube version. So you can follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/Glenn Lundy. It'll be even better there because he'll cut out some of the crazy. But listen, most importantly, if you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. Also, if you need some Rise and Grind gear, I can't even think this morning. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, go to glennlundy.com. And most importantly, is I want you to come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do it all over again. My software is going to be fixed up because I'm going to call the IT guy as soon as we get done here and have him get his little Batuski back up in here and get my stuff fixed. But listen, my friend, you, child of God, the one that was uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. I want you to go out there today and make powerful, positive decisions that are going to move you in that direction, the direction of being the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And then come back here tomorrow morning and we'll do it all over again, 5:30 a.m. on Hashtag Rise and Grind. Stinking love you. I do. Stinking love you. Go get it.
Don't wake them up with this one. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag Rise and Grind, hashtag Rise and Grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag Rise and Grind. Hashtag Rise and Grind, grind, 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 grind. Hashtag Rise and Grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag Rise and Grind. Hashtag Rise and Grind. Don't stop, stop, get it, get it. Hashtag Rise and Grind. Don't stop, stop, get it, get it. Waking up the nation, hashtag Rise and Grind. Waking up the nation, hashtag Rise and Grind. Good morning. On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and